to the People Get Ready podcast with the legendary political guru, Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. from Bibb's Record Shop. Today, we have a very good show for you. We have some exciting news. We have some breaking news for you today, as we always do on this podcast show. Today, we will start with the two quotes from Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And the first one is, there comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor politics, nor popular, but he must take it because conscience tells him it is right. The second one says, it may be that we will have to repent in this generation, not merely for the neurotic words or the violent actions of the bad people, but for the appalling silence and indifference of the good people who sit around and say, wait on time. These words are very relevant to today's time because we know there are certain situations and incidents that's happening in our community, and we know that our political leaders are silent, our community leaders are silent concerning. One that we can speak of is the closing of the St. Vincent Charity Hospital, and also those who are losing their jobs at UH University Hospital. So we want our leaders to speak out against these conditions. Also, we want to introduce you to a great opportunity. You don't have to wait. Now is the time. Bibb Business Opportunity Mall Grand Opening. I said Bibb Business Opportunity Mall Grand Opening. You can join now, not tomorrow, not next week, but today. You can join Snap Delivered because Snap Delivered has added some great features onto its program. And one is the Employee Retention Tax Credit Program. The second one is the ERC refund. They have $1.9 trillion that they're going to be giving away to those who qualify to receive this money. And you might say to yourself, I've been waiting for a business opportunity to get into, and this is a great opportunity for you to receive up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. Now, who qualified to receive these funds? Let me share with you. Those who have a business in the United States qualify, and also if you have a nonprofit business in the United States, you qualify for a federal tax refund check. A federal tax refund check. And how can you become a part of this? You can become a part of this magnificent event for free. Just join Snap Delivery today for free. You can call Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. for more information. Call his office now at 216-681-1469 or call Mr. Bibb's business line, his mobile line at 216-659-4619. Now we're going to begin our show with the legendary political guru, the president of People Get Ready podcast, Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. himself from Bibb's Record Shop. Take it away, Mr. Bibbs.
Thank you, Reverend Ben Pell. I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to keep you because you're getting hotter every week. They're going to have you out in California in a minute.
I think it's
The
good.
Grand Davos, they're going to have, he's going to leave and go to California.
That's right.
Oh, thank you, Reverend Pell. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
In fact, it's so hot tonight, we're going to go directly into Snap Delivery. We're going to have our certified coach, trainer, and leader of the Midwest,
All right.
Ms. Candace Jones. She's going to bring us a video
All right.
and tell us a little bit about Snap Delivery, how we can get that money right now free.
Right now, free.
ERC. Ms. Candace Jones, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Bibb, and thank you for joining us, listening audience and viewing audience. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Snap Delivered, which is a food delivery service that was launched last year in 2021. But Snap Delivered has partnered with various different laterals, one of them being the ERC program, Employee Retention Credit Program. And we're going to show a short video that talks about ERC and all the benefits about ERC. So take it away with the video.
Tell us a little bit about the video while we get it.
Hello, this is Tony with Jorns and Associates. Today we'll be discussing the Employee Retention Tax Credit Program. The ERC was first introduced in the $2.1 trillion CARES Act back in March of 2020. It earmarked up to $26,000 per employee for business owners who kept employees hired during the pandemic. This is a fully refundable tax credit against the employer portion of Social Security payroll taxes or the Medicare tax, depending on the period you're filing for. It's paid to you directly via a check. It's not a loan. You don't have to ask for forgiveness. You don't have to pay it back. And these funds are not earmarked. You don't need to use them for payroll or operating expenses. The ERC can be utilized at the discretion of the business owner. You claim the ERC by filing an amended 941X quarterly payroll tax return, claiming your credits on lines 18 and 26. There's several misconceptions about the ERC. Many owners do not think they'll qualify because they did not have a revenue decline, or maybe their revenue increased during the pandemic. Maybe they didn't experience any shutdowns, or they received PPP loans and those loans were forgiven. And while these are factors in the process, they certainly do not disqualify your business from receiving the ERC funds. The qualification process is extremely thorough. Our team will go through gross receipts, revenue sectors. We'll look at your day-to-day operations, your supply chain, basically how the pandemic affected your day-to-day business throughout 2020 and 2021. The scope of engagement is pretty straightforward. You can connect us with your CPA, your bookkeeper, payroll team, so we can get all the documents necessary to file the ERC on your behalf. You'll complete our basic client questionnaire, get us any PPP loan information, provide us with your original 941 returns, so then we can file the 941X amended returns with the IRS and claim the ERC funds. We do not guarantee any specific refund amount until we have all your payroll data and we can run the calculations. We do guarantee that our calculations are accurate. We do guarantee that our filings with the IRS as a paid preparer are compliant with program rules and regulations. And we do provide long-term audit support and carry E&O insurance with up to $1 million per client. The service fee structure creates zero risk for business owners who decide to work with Jorns and Associates. We have a contingency fee of 20% on the amount of credits delivered, and we charge a fully refundable deposit of $2,600 due at signing. If for whatever reason your company does not qualify for the ERC program, we refund the $2,600 immediately. If you do qualify, then we'll invoice you for the 20% contingency fee minus the $2,600 deposit you paid at signing. So that is credited towards your fee. So if you get paid by the IRS, you owe us money. If you don't get any money from the IRS, you owe us nothing. We have software perform calculations to eliminate human error, and we have a fully audit-ready package, which includes our compliance services. If you want to move forward with our ERC program, the associate that you're working with can send you an engagement letter that you can sign, remit the fully refundable deposit, provide us with your completed questionnaire and the required documents, your revenue spreadsheet, the 941s, the payroll documents, your PPP loan details. We'll have an onboarding specialist assigned to your file so you have a point of contact to help you through this process from beginning to end. Our CPAs will prepare all the filing documents, send it over for your team to review. The documents will be signed, mailed to the IRS, and in approximately 14 to 20 weeks, you'll receive your check from the IRS. Once you get paid, we'll have you pay us the remaining balance for the contingency fee, and that's due after you get your check. There's plenty of information about the ERC on the irs.gov website. You have to go through all the different PDFs, and you can also review the CARES Act, the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021, and now the new infrastructure bill will have an effect on the guidance. So you have to keep up with everything, which our team will do that on your behalf. The bottom line is there's over $1 trillion earmarked right now for businesses just like yours. And right now, that $1 trillion+ is sitting in the United States Treasury's account. Connect with one of our associates today and let us help you move those funds out of the Treasury's account and into your business account where they truly belong.
Thank you very much. That was a great video that summed up what the ERC program is. And the ERC program is just one of the laterals that SNAP Delivered has partnered with and given the ability for SNAP resources to make commissions off of businesses that they help through the ERC program. So we have trainings going on a weekly basis. If you are interested in joining the training, which I think you should, and as Tony mentioned, the ERC program came out of the CARES Act in 2020. That's a program that's going to sunset by April 15th of 2025. So the idea is to help businesses understand that they probably will qualify for some tax credit, and this is money that they would not normally be getting. So it's best that they get on board with this as soon as possible because it's not going to be around forever. The other laterals with SNAP Delivered are income making laterals as well. Delivery service with food delivery, entertainment streaming, and there's more delivery opportunities coming with SNAP Delivered. They will be launching those within the next few months.
All right, Ms. Candace, very good report. Would you go with one more time for me? How do one come in free and make money? I'll make sure the audience knows how that works.
Okay, so to join SNAP Delivered, you join for free. It doesn't cost anything to be associated with SNAP Delivered. As a SNAP Delivered resource or associate, you have access to all the different laterals. You have access to the ERC program to send that out to different businesses and help them realize the benefits. You have access to the food delivery service. You can sign up restaurants, customers, drivers for food delivery. And why the food delivery is so great with SNAP Delivered is because it definitely helps the restaurants out. It helps the drivers out, it helps the customers. Instead of the 20, 30, or 40% that a restaurant is charged for a delivery, the restaurant with SNAP Delivered is only charged $2 per delivery. So that is definitely saving the restaurant a lot of money. And some restaurants do not do delivery because they don't want to pay the large fees that they're paying with other food delivery services. So to become associated with SNAP Delivered is for free, but you have all these different laterals that you can make an income off of. So if you have any further questions, you can either contact me, Candace Jones, 216-570-4738, or Mr. Bibb. His office number is 216-681-1469, or his mobile number 216-659-4619.
All right, thank you very kindly. And we'll share with our listening audience some of the events that's going on in the community now. Reverend Ben Fair, will you share with us what's going on at Olivet Institutional Baptist Church?
Yes, sir, Mr. Bibb. Your comment. The Greater Cleveland congregations will be have justice for our children, a public hearing to end the abuse of discretionary youth bind over. It'll be Tuesday, December the 6th, 2022 at the Olivet Institutional Baptist Church. You can, the youth bind over can have many negative impacts, not only on the youth, but the community as a whole. Join GCC in publicly calling for the end to abuse of discretionary youth bond over. You can register here at TTPS TinyURL.com/December action. Also, you can join with the Zoom link, and the Zoom link opens at 6:30 p.m. Action begins at 7 o'clock p.m. sharp. And you can reach them by email at Vivian@GCCOhio.org for questions or assistance regarding the registration. Mr. Bibb?
All right, thank you, Mayor Kevin. Ms. Joanne Holly, would you please come to the table, please?
Yes, sir, I will.
All right, glad to see you this afternoon.
Thank
Good
you.
evening now. And glad to have you here in the studio with us, live and in living color.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I want you to share with us what one of your businesses you are doing, cryptocurrency.
Yes, I'd be happy to do that. I really didn't know anything about cryptocurrency. I heard people talk about it over the years and just went in one and out the other because I thought I needed at least $1 million to get into a hedge fund, which really you do. And a whole lot more, some people can't get in at all. So when I heard about this cryptocurrency, I started listening more and more and more about it because I was trying to figure out how the government says that they're in the deficit for trillions of dollars, but they always spending money. So if you ain't got no money, you ain't spending no money. If you spending money, you got money. So I figured that out to try to research what was behind this. There are so many opportunities with this cryptocurrency. I'm telling you, it's like being in heaven. You have a chance to get into something for the first time in your life and make as much money as you want to make without investing a lot of money and without losing a lot of money. But that's what a lot of people are doing, losing money, losing this, losing that, because they weren't trained. But you have a chance now to learn from somebody that you can trust that's already been there, done that, and you can learn how to become very, very rich in this market. Whether rich is $100,000, whether it's $1 million, whatever, there's so many opportunities. So when you hear people say, oh, that's a scam or anything negative, you know what? Stop listening to broke people, all right? Because if they knew any better, they wouldn't be broke. So don't let them advise you on what you should or should not do, and they're already broke, and not trying to even not be broke. So I'm just sharing this information with you because I hope that you take one of the classes. I've talked to this with Mr. Bibb.
Okay, Miss Joanne Holly,
Yes, sir.
do you have any presentations or any Zooms, anything coming up soon?
Yes, and I will have one as soon as the people appear. So I can have, anytime somebody say they want to hear, whether it's one person, a 10 or 100, we can always do a Zoom call. We don't even have to do a Zoom call. We can do just a regular conference call where you can listen. You can be anywhere in the world and listen to this information.
All right. Thank you very kindly. Give us a phone number where we can reach you.
Okay, to reach me directly, I'm giving you my direct connection. 216-407-0008. That's 216-407-0008. Get yourself lined up, get ready, because you want to build this legacy for your family. This is what I'm not concerned about how much money I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make money no matter what. So I'm not concerned about that. My thing is how many other people in my family is gonna follow in my steps. And I already got them lined up. So you need to get your people lined up and put this as a family gathering and let them realize, yeah, you may be broke, but you don't have to be broke there.
All right, thank you, Ms. Joanne Holly.
Thank you, Mr.
All
Bibb.
right, and Dr. Gwen Jarvis,
Yes.
I have a guest coming next week. Would you come to the desk and take Ms. Joanne Holly's seat, please, and explain to us what's gonna happen next week
Yes,
with the Cuyahoga County prosecutor. Mr. O'Malley.
okay. Thanks for the opportunity of being here another day, on this podcast. Next week, we are going to have hopefully the county prosecutor of Cuyahoga County, Michael O'Malley. And the reason for his presentation, is because we're going to have a discussion about conviction integrity unit. The eviction integrity unit started in 1989 in various places across the United States of America. And presently, as of 2022, there are only 24 units across the United States of America. So what is conviction integrity unit? Integrity unit is something that, an activity with a group of individuals, where they address the issues of whether or not someone is innocent or if they really committed a crime. So it's really to look out to get the meats and the bones of what took place in a crime, to see if the person is really guilty of the things that he's been allegedly accused of doing. And the reason why it's being brought to the attention here in Cuyahoga County is because recently there were some individuals who have been serving on this under Prosecutor O'Malley, and they recently resigned. And so he is going to share with us the depth of the eviction integrity unit, and perhaps the reason individual resign. The paper says one thing, which we've read, but then to find out what is the reason behind it. And if it's an effective avenue here in our county that should continue on. So that's my input right now as far as the conviction integrity unit. And it's an interesting thing because a lot of people didn't know we had this.
Okay, let me stay on the subject. You said the plain bill had an article about it.
Yes, the Plain Dealer last week had an article about it.
Okay, very good. And then the county prosecutor will come in and tell his side.
Yes,
That'd
yes,
be number two.
yes.
Number three are the people who resigning. Are you attempting to get some of them to come in and tell their side?
Yes,
So there are three sides,
yes, exactly.
okay? Very good. Thank you very kind. Tell the county prosecutor that we'll be looking forward to having here in the studio next week.
All right, thank you, and I will be back.
And Reverend Ben Fair, yes, sir, since we're on the county, I want you to, while we get our next guest ready, we've been working on this county juvenile detention piece for over a year now. And I'm glad to see the Greater Cleveland congregation having the event on December the 6th at Outlet. And then the next piece, refresh our audience memory, what was in the Plain Dealer in 2021 on October 6th. What was going on according to the Plain Dealer last year.
Thank you, Mr. Bibb. Let me share with you, the Plain Dealer article for October 6th, 2021. These this is what was written in Plain Dealer. It said, they are treating us like animals. We cannot come out of our rooms for we don't know how long. We are scared for our lives. We just want to see our family again. Please help us. These words rang out on social media last summer in the letter written by youth inside Cuyahoga County Juvenile Detention Center, where about 125 children are detained. 90% of the juveniles at this facility are under the age of 18. The facility is attached to the juvenile court on East 93rd Street and Quincy Avenue. If you passed by recently, you would have guessed children are housed inside. There's no sign of them in the large yard out back. Instead, they remain locked in their craft cells, just big enough to fit a narrow mattress on top of a concrete bench for sleeping. This is where they spend most and sometimes all of their days. Using the use of isolation has only intensified during the pandemic, where several staff shortages. In the past year, conditions have become so dire, Mr. Bibbs, that they beg the question, how can we as a community justify this mistreatment of our youth, our young people, in addition to lacking access to basic hygiene, such as soap, clean laundry, sanitized living spaces? The youth are forced to wear soiled underwear and be shackled to use the restroom. Those who refuse to be shackled are given baths to relieve themselves in their cells. They often go to bed hungry and wake up famished. There isn't enough staff to transport youth throughout the facility. Thus, meals are delayed. Youth eat alone in their cells. Daily exercise and in-person school is denied, and rehabilitative program and family contact is non-existent. So these are the things that are happening over at the Cuyahoga County Juvenile Detention Center, according to the Plain Dealer article, October 6, 2021, Mr. Bibb.
All right, thank you. And like I said earlier, that was over a year ago that it was first drawn to our attention. So when we have our summit and when we visit all of that on the 6th, we'll make sure that they know that we've been working on this and we want to know the progress since October 6th, Plain Dealer article came out. Ms. Sharon Penman has joined us and she has some brand new information for us. Ms. Sharon Penman.
Yes, hello, Mr. Bibb and listening audience and viewing audience. Hello, everyone.
Very good. We have a lot of crisis in the hospital around Greater Cleveland and Northern Ohio. And I think you have some information, Carl. Would you please bring us up to date on what's happening with one of the most progressive hospitals in the Greater Cleveland community?
Yes, sir.
Metro Hospital.
Yes, sir, Mr. Bibb. This
All
is
right.
an editorial from the Cleveland Plain Dealer dated November 25th, 2022. And this editorial reads, the headline states that Metro Health has a duty to taxpayers to release Akram Boutros investigation report immediately. And it reads, the refusal by the Metro Health Board of Trustees to release the investigation report that they say justifies their firing of CEO Akram Boutros and the destroying of his reputation is beyond unacceptable. Metro Health receives more than $32 million in tax dollars from Cuyahoga County residents each year. The hospital system is accountable to all of us for how it spends money and how it protects its resources from theft. Accountability demands the release of the report. Board Chair Vanessa Whiting stunned Northeast Ohio late Monday with a statement announcing Boutros' firing. She said an investigation commissioned by the board found that Boutros had given himself $1.9 million in bonuses since 2018 without board approval. She said Boutros established performance standards for himself, rated himself, and then awarded himself the bonuses. Boutros adamantly denies the accusation. He says Whiting's statement is retaliation for his reporting of what he says is illegal behavior by the board involving the selection of his successor. Boutros announced last year that he would depart Metro Health at the end of 2022. After a decade of his much respected leadership of the publicly supported hospital. The annual State of Mental Health meeting planned for December 8th was to be his big goodbye. The board demanded that Boutros return the money with interest on October 31st, and Boutros complied, even though he says the money is rightfully his. Boutros also told the board in a public meeting that he reported the situation to the Ohio Ethics Commission. We can't say yet who is telling the truth here. What we do know is that taxpayers are owed the full explanation. Boutros has been one of Cleveland's most admired public servants since he arrived in town to revive Metro Health, which was dangerously in the red under his predecessor. He quickly changed the system's fortunes, ensuring it could continue serving people in poverty. He brought high quality medical services to the embattled Cuyahoga County Jail. He launched innovative practices such as low-cost standalone scanning centers where X-rays and MRIs cost a bit more than half as much as they do in other hospital systems. He had the vision and leadership to rebuild the hospital's main campus with the grand opening just weeks ago. Northeast Ohio was stunned by Whiting's statement. After building a laudable legacy for nearly 10 years, Boutros saw his reputation dissolve in a moment. If he took the money the way Whiting says he did, then the destruction of his reputation is of Boutros' own making, and he will pay the consequences. But if Boutros did have approval to accept the payments, he has been seriously wronged, and we, the taxpayers, deserve the truth. If Boutros has any records or evidence that exonerate him, he should disclose them. More important, the Metro Health Board hired a lawyer to conduct the investigation and is claiming his report is exempt from disclosure under Ohio's records law. Because of attorney-client privilege, government bodies often hire lawyers for investigations specifically to claim that exemption. But just because Metro Health can claim the exemption does not mean it should. In this case, it should not. It should waive the privilege and disclose the report. The fact is that county taxpayers are the real clients here. We subsidize Metro Health. If taxpayers were asked, they surely would waive the exemption. The board also has its own accountability problem here. We believe will be revealed in the report. If Whiting's allegations are true, that means that Boutros was able to siphon $1.9 million out of Metro Health without anyone knowing. That is almost impossible to believe. As anyone working in a large organization knows, multiple safeguards usually are in place to block theft. If it did happen here, as Whiting says, the Metro Health Board should resign in disgrace. How can there be no accounting system that would reveal such inexplicable transactions? What are the auditors? Where are the auditors? Where was the chief financial officer? Metro Health release report. If you continue to refuse, we call on the Cuyahoga County Council to block the Metro Health annual stipend until you do. Why should Metro Health get such a large amount of the public's money if it refuses to account for how it is spent? The amount stipend will go a long way to paying the debt service on loans needed to build or renovate the jail and courthouse, so the county clearly has other uses for it. About our editorials, well, basically that's the end of the editorial from the Cleveland Plain Dealer. And again, that was released on the 25th of November.
Very good, very good. You brought us right up to date, and that was the 25th,
Yes, sir.
and you may be in touch with the Plain Dealer
Yes.
to see when will the public hearing? Have they set a date for the public hearing
Exactly,
on the regular board meeting?
okay,
Because they gotta have a meeting soon,
exactly.
and so we can report on that perhaps by next week.
All right, will
All right,
do.
thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Now, next on our agenda would be James Jerome Bell. We have an event coming up. He being the Bibb video podcast, people get ready. He's gonna do, Ms. Candace, I make a note, Summit 2022. And this James Jerome Bell, would you read the flyer? They
Yes.
omit the, state rep's name at this time because we have not been in touch with them yet.
Bibb's video podcast. People get ready. Every Wednesday, 6 to 7 p.m. on KAZ Radio TV Network. Charles E. Bibb Sr. of Bibb's Record Shop Business Opportunity Mall presents the Youth Bind Over Summit, sponsored by Bibb's People Get Ready podcast. Saturday, December 10th, 2022, from 2:45 p.m. to 5 p.m. at Cleveland Public Library, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Branch, 1962 Stokes Boulevard, Cleveland, Ohio. Ohio state representatives have been invited to explain the bind of the law and what we must do to change the law. Admission is free, parking is free, across from the library on Stokes Boulevard. Charles E. Bibb Sr., executive producer, podcast, video, Zoom, People Get Ready, office number 216-681-1469. The mobile exchange is 216-659-4619. Email Charles E. Bibb Sr. @gmail.com. Address 17325 Euclid Avenue at London Road, Suite 2025, Cleveland, Ohio. Reverend Ben Fair, Operation Manager, and Candace Jones, Executive Program Director.
All right, thank you. We have an addition to the event. Where it says free parking and free admission, we're gonna add free refreshments.
Okay.
So for Ms. Candace, we add free refreshment, and the summit name is 2022. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very kindly, and you'll be coming back to us a little later in the program. And, Reverend Ben Fair?
Yes, sir.
I understand that Care Alliance
Mhm.
is gonna have some giveaways coming up soon.
Yes, sir.
Do you have that information for us?
Yes, we do, Mr. Bibb.
Please share that with us, please.
Yes,
We
absolutely.
want to get as much information about giveaways to the community as possible.
Yes, we do. We have Caroline Health Center. Care for you, care for me, care for all. And Councilman Richard Starr toy giveaway with RTA Holiday Trolley, Thursday, December 8th, 2022. What time? The time will be 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Caroline Health Center. The address there will be 2916 Central Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. And for more information, you can contact Rodney Llewellyn at, he is the affairs director, and his number is 216-399-4852. That's 216-399-4852. So you can look forward to the Care Alliance Health Center And their toy giveaway, this Thursday, December the 8th. So the time again is 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., Mr. Bibb.
Okay. The one on 73rd is in St. Clair, what date again?
Okay, they also, Caroline's have another giveaway, which will be presented, here. It says, care for you, care for me, care for all, the toy giveaway with the RTA holiday trolley Friday. This one is gonna be on Friday, December 15th, 2022, and the time is, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Caroline's Community Center. And the address here is 7300 St. Clair Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44103. And let me give you the contact information. Once again, Mr. Bibb, you can contact Rodney Llewellyn at 216-399-4852. Toys for Tots.
All right, we want to really get that out.
Yes,
And I'm sure we got a few more podcasts before that.
it's a great opportunity, Mr. Bibb, for the community.
And really fair, we'll be sending that to our list of churches on our giveaway list of churches in our file.
Absolutely, yes, I will.
Very good. While you're there, now I'll come back to you a little later. I'll let Ms. Sharon Pittman,
Yes, sir.
as of today, did you find out anything about the recall petition being turned in?
Not yet. I don't have that information yet.
Okay. Even though you don't have the information, but to share the language in the Cleveland City Charter on how recalls work in the city of Cleveland.
Yes. Okay, so the way that recalls work, just one moment. Thought I had it here.
And I recall those petitions were taken out on November the 3rd. So, Ms. Joanne High, those petitions have to be in by December 3rd. So check the board of elections. Now you have to check the clerk's office. I think I'd rather have Mr. Ben Fair. You are registered voter in the city of Cleveland, Ben, not Ben Fair, but James Jerome Bill. James Jerome Bill, in Ward 6.
Yes.
Check the clerk. See if any petitions have been taken out Friday. So we can report next week.
Okay.
When we get the information, you and Ms. Sharon Pittman get together so we can make it up to date now. Are you ready now, Ms. Sharon
I
Pittman?
am ready, Mr. Bibb.
Go right ahead.
So the removal procedure for a mayor or member of council is the mayor or any member of the council may be removed from office by the electors of the city. The procedure for effecting such a removal shall be as follows. Any elector of the city may make and file with the clerk of the council an affidavit stating the name of the officer whose removal is sought and the grounds alleged for such removal. The clerk shall thereupon deliver to the elector making the affidavit copies of petition papers for demanding such a removal, printing copies of which he shall keep on file for distribution as herein provided. In issuing any such petition paper, the clerk shall enter in a record to be kept in his office the name of the elector to whom issued, the date of issuance, and the number of papers issued, and shall certify upon each such paper the name of the elector to whom issued and the date of issue. No petition paper shall be accepted as part of a petition unless it bears such certificate of the clerk and unless filed as hereinafter provided. Filing recall petition. A petition demanding the removal of the mayor or a member of the council shall be known as a recall petition. A recall petition to be effective must be returned and filed with the city clerk within 30 days after the filing of the affidavit, as provided in the next preceding section. And to be sufficient, must bear the signatures of not less than 20% of those who voted in the city or ward respectively at the last preceding regular municipal election. Within 10 days from the date of the filing of such petition, the clerk shall determine the sufficiency thereof and attach thereto a certificate showing the result of his examination. If the clerk shall certify that the petition is insufficient, he shall set forth in the certificate the particulars in which the petition is defective, and shall return a copy of the certificate to the person designated in such petition to receive it. Such recall petition may be amended at any time within 20 days after the return of a copy of the certificate of insufficiency by filing a supplementary petition upon additional petition papers, issued, signed, and filed as provided herein for the original petition. The clerk shall, within 10 days after such amendment is filed, make like examination of the amended petition, and if his certificate shall show the same to be still insufficient, he shall return it to the person designated in such petition to receive it without prejudice. However, to the filing of a new petition for the same purpose. Recall election order. If a recall petition or amended petition shall be certified by the clerk to be sufficient, he shall at once submit it to the council with his certificate to that effect, and shall notify the person whose removal is sought by such action. If the person whose removal is sought does not resign within 5 days after such notice, the council shall thereupon order and fix a day for holding a recall election. Any such election shall be held not less than 40, no more than 60 days after the petition has been presented to the council, at the same time as any other general or special election held within such period. But if no such election be held within such period, the council shall call a special election to be held within the time aforesaid. The result of a recall election: if a majority of the votes cast on the question of recalling a member of the council or mayor shall be against his recall, he shall continue in office for the remainder of his unexpired term, but subject to recall as before. If a majority of such votes for the recall of the member indicated on the ballots, he shall, regardless of any defect in the recall petition, be deemed removed from office. When a person is removed from office by recall, council shall immediately provide for the nomination and election of the successor for the unexpired term by fixing the time of the election. Wait, no. For his unexpired term, by fixing the time of the term of the election. The nomination and election of a person is to succeed a person so removed shall be held within 120 days after the date of the recall election, and shall be conducted in the same manner as provided for regular municipal election. And that's the language.
Good job, good job. And I see we were right, 30 days to get the petition back
Yes.
in. And that's this weekend.
Exactly.
So we'll know something next week for sure. So the deadline will have passed. It'll either be in or out. Good job. Thank you, for the job on that. And-
Thank you.
Right. Ms. Candace Jones, we're working on a coalition to do the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. community event. And Reverend Ben Fair, were you able to get some of the members of the coalition in your file? Then I can help you.
Yeah, we had a few that we had gotten Mr. Bibb. See if yes, sir, we have, the East Cleveland Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Day Celebration Coalition. The city of East Cleveland, the mayor Brandon King, council president Nathaniel Martin, East Cleveland Municipal Court, Judge William Dawson, East Cleveland School Board, East Cleveland School President, Dr. Henry Pettigrew, CEO, the Shaw High School Principal, Katie Ellis, and we have the pastor of the Starlight Missionary Baptist Church, the Reverend Anthony Small Jr. And those, also we have Billy Sharp, who is who's working with McDonald.
No, we have McDonald Restaurant.
McDonald Restaurant, yeah. And
Billy Shaw is the outreach person.
oh, Billy Sharp, okay. And then we have,
I'll take it from there.
okay.
Then Miss Sharon Pittman will be able to reach Miss Tammy.
I was not able to reach her today.
Will you put that back in your notes to reach her?
I sure will.
We're trying to reach Miss Tammy Kennedy to get the name of her distribution company. Because she'll be one of the people in the coalition. And then we'll have the on her group, we'll have Black on Black Crime Incorporated. Art McCoy is the founder, and Al Porter is the president of Black on Black Crime Incorporated. And then we will have, following that will be the podcast, video podcast, people get ready to be the coordinator of all these giants working together for the biggest Martin Luther King Day celebration we've ever had on Saturday, January the 14th, in the city of East Cleveland. The show, your marching band, the Sharon Pittman,
Yes, sir.
will kick off at the East Cleveland Public Library, where Mrs. Zaki Rashid is the chairman of the Board of Trustees, and Mr. Carlos Vladimir is the executive director
Yes.
of the library board. And that's about fills out right now our coalition that we'll be getting in touch with next week and calling our first meeting for January the 14th.
And I actually do, Mr. Bibb, have the name of Tammy's organization.
Would you give it to Ms.
Yes.
Candace and Reverend Fair, please?
Yes, the name of it is the Greater Cleveland Distribution Collective. That's GCDC.
And that'll go on the McDonald's, and Kennedy is the founder, and you got the name. Good job, good job. That rounds all our roots, and then we'll go with tomorrow to start to notify when we have our first meeting next week.
Right.
Thank you, Mayor Patton. Now we're going to Washington, going out of the state with Joanne, we're going to Washington, DC. You know, we had an election November 8th all over the United States. And in the Senate and in the House, Congress, they had to have election for new leadership. They didn't have to change leadership in the Senate because they have the majority vote. Even though it's 50. But with the vice president breaking the tie, they're able to pick the leader, and they pick Chuck Schumer to continue to lead. But it's a different story in the House, where the Congress people are. Nancy Pelosi will not be the speaker. McCarthy will be the speaker. If he gets another vote, he's been counted since the election. He didn't have enough votes to report today that he's the new speaker. They still count votes. But over on the minority side, the minority twice, Congressman from New York City, is
Hakeem,
Jeffrey.
Jeffries.
King Jeffrey from New York City will be the first African American black to lead the national government. He will be the minority leader twice. But if we get the House back while he's there, he'll be the speaker. And they have 3 other people, and the only other person is Clyburn from South Carolina, who will be a part of that leadership team. But the leader will be Mr. Jeffries from New York City, young man, and Ms. Candace Jones, age for the leadership, about 30 years. It went from the 80s down to the 50s.
Yes.
So the new generation is in charge of the House and Congress, Ms. Joanne. So that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
And we look forward, it's gonna be difficult to work with that new group. And we're gonna do whatever we can to do it. And here, back in Cleveland, our brand new mayor, he's 1 year old now. He's having a Christmas party. And we have to make a decision how we're gonna participate. Gonna be fair, yes, sir. Be fair with our listening audience and our co-hosts here in the studio, Mayor Justin Bibb, and his event for the holidays.
Absolutely, Mr. Bibb. Mayor Bibb, you are invited to Mayor Bibb's holiday party on Wednesday, December the 14th, to celebrate the holiday season with Bibb's team. The time will be 5:30 p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. at the Article International Center. The party will include light advertisements, refreshments, music, and a celebration of our new voter encouragement effort. Again, that's gonna be Wednesday, December 14th, and the time, Mr. Bibb, will be 5:30 p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. And it says Bibb's is partnering with Greater Cleveland Food Bank for a mayor holiday. Yes.
There's a lot of Bibbs around here. So you may put Mayor Bibb on it.
Mayor Bibb, yes, sir. Mayor Bibb team is partnering with the Greater Cleveland Food Bank for a Mayor Bibb's holiday food drive. Please bring canned goods or a personal care item to contribute to or donate here if you are able. So we look forward to celebrating with you, the team, Mayor Bibb.
How do you,
So you can also, you can register, go online and register. But you have to have a link, Mr. Bibb. They have to send you the link to register. So I registered the whole People Get Ready podcast team. So we all can go.
So thank you, Reverend Bear.
Yes.
all right, very good.
Oh, yeah.
Read that line about the canned goods one more time. James Jerome Bill to hear that. I don't want him showing up with no can, without a canned goods.
All right, it says the team is partnering with the Greater Cleveland, Mayor Bibb's team is partnering with the Greater Cleveland Food Bank for a Mayor Bibb's holiday food drive.
Just
Please
canned
bring-
goods.
Please bring canned goods or a personal care item to contribute or donate here.
Thank you. Ms. Candace Jones? There's something going on for the holidays in Euclid, to share that with us, please.
Yes, it is. Euclid Democratic Club normally meets on the third Thursday of every month. So for the month of December, which is our normal meeting date, December 15th, 7 p.m., instead of meeting at the library, we will be meeting at the Whistle Stop on East 260, 1080 East 260th for a holiday celebration. So everybody's welcome to